One, two, one, two. What's up? Yeah, it's D Train. What's going on? What's going on? Excuse me. Ooh, man, it's been a minute. It's been a minute for real. Goodness gracious, it's been a minute. Wow, a lot of stuff has happened. It's like a school shooting. I think. I think I did something on that. I don't know. I may not have. I've been kind of looking at all the stuff that's going on and being said, and oh, I think I did say something because my kid's school had a little walkout, both of them, both the schools. And that was the day I went and picked up my oldest daughter from school and we worked on her t-shirt, messed up the screen, and we finally got that screen done correctly. Matter of fact, I put both designs for both daughters on one screen, so I'll be able to hopefully knock two birds out with one stone, printing their specialized, personalized T-shirts. Um, so they're excited about it. Um, what else? Oh wow, yeah, man. I've been busy cleaning houses too. Cleaning a house in particular at this point. Just making runs with the pickup truck up and down the road with the trailer. It's a lot to go through. It's not just you go in and you throw everything away and you just pick through stuff. You gotta. A lot of times, the reason why people um, hire us is because there may be things in the house that they need to find, like a key under a mass of other things around. You know, it's not always the prettiest sight when you go into these situations, and there's a lot of stuff around. Sometimes things are left, just food is left for who knows how long, and even worse, sometimes people meet their demise in the house, and people don't come by until later and to and find them. So you have to deal with these difficult situations. Not That's not the case in this particular home, but it has happened where we've had to clean up after some rough stuff like that. And in this particular home, it's just a lot of things that have to be organized, and it's just a lot of things to do. So I've been kind of focusing on that, and my kids had spring break. Excuse me. Yeah, they had spring break last week, so we spent some quality time just working together, trying to figure out ways we can improve. Uh, we got some things done, and it was good. So now I don't know, man. Let's get into some of this news because that's pretty much it, man. I'm still in the middle of some technical things that I'm trying to figure out on this front here on this YouTube thing. Like I just figured out a new way to record a screencast, movie like this. I've been using this one program that takes up a lot of space, and now I just figured out a new way to record things like that, and to kind of maneuver like the way I'm used to doing, like just putting things together, until you can kind of get to the next step. You know what I'm saying? So, um, where I can invest in maybe something that could do everything. Um, but yeah, so I was just I try not to look at the news, but today it was like, whoa, it's the news. Yeah, you know. Last night I had a really good night. I had a bunch of Europeans come to my gig, so that was kind of cool. You know, I don't know, it's like some Italians, some like Brits. So that was kind of interesting. I was like, where all all Europeans coming from? Normally I'm dealing with the college. Hold on, sorry. There we go. All right, sorry. Trying to multitask again. I'm gonna I'm gonna pause this because that might, yeah. I'm just gonna put this over here. Yeah, put that right there. All right, so all right, I'm back in action. Cool. All right, so yeah, man. Yeah, just dealing with some technical things. I'm trying to move forward, but I feel like I'm moving a little too slow. Um, you know, yeah, I got my own issues I need to deal with, as we all do. Um, just like procrastinating on some things, and man, I'm just a schlunk sometimes. I don't know what a schlunk is, but I kind of know what a schlunk is. A schlunk is, sometimes you get in a schlunk ass mode, and I feel like I'm slightly in, but slightly out because I'm handling some business. But at the end of the day, I'm tired as hell, and when you need to recharge, it's like, that because it's mentally tasking doing what I do there. Really, whatever I do, for me at least, some people are just like great, just like me. Ooh, it's like hard work. Um, but anyway, yeah, let's get into some of this. Victor Orban won the other day, so that's awesome. Man, at least Eastern Europe will hold off for a little bit longer. This is his third term. He's the Hungarian is it prime minister, president. What do they have over there? They have the prime minister. I don't know, third term. So that's good because he's kind of like on that verge on the east over there, Eastern Europe, where a lot of people are trying to come in from, and he's had some opposition, but the people, I think, wisely chose him. Um, hmm, I'm gonna try to do a screen share and pull this over. I hope this sounds right because I haven't done this in a minute. You know, mm, yeah. Let's go to Drudge. Let's see what Drudge is talking about. Yeah, let's screen share that because I saw some interesting stuff over there, man. I'm like, what? I mean, it's a lot of serious news, but at the same time, man, there's some stuff in there. It's like, what in the world is going on over here? All right, there we go. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, everybody can see it. Go ahead. Ain't showing nothing crazy, I don't think. All right, let me see here. Y'all see that? Does it look right? Yeah. All right, cool. So President Strikes Back. Oh yeah, that's right. They raided his attorney's office. They're gonna find something, man. They're gonna be like, yo, man, you paid somebody to do something. Yeah, but what? How did Russia? What did Russia? Did he hire some Russians to go in there and do it or something? Is that the Russian connection? We got it. What did he hire some Russians to hand it to whoever, or did he hand it to the Russians? Ooh. Hmm. Yeah. Oh wow. Hold up. Okay, so Mueller investigating Ukraine's $150,000 payment for a Trump appearance. Wait a minute. Is this the same Ukraine that who was it? Was it George Soros or was it Samantha Power? I mean, what is it? Power? Was it the Power lady or it wasn't Susan Rice? I think it was Power. She was like, yeah, it was one of them. They said they spent no, I think it was I don't know some like it was like $4 billion for in money going to Congress or going to the efforts in Ukraine to I guess to go against Russia or to change to I don't know to kind of like stir up some shit over there. Basically, I'm just going off the top of the dome right now, but that's and they talking about $150,000. I know I got some fact checkers out there, so go ahead and look it up. Is it $4 billion for Ukraine to like break away from Russia or to like stir up some controversy over there, right? And now $150, 50,000. I mean, it might as well be $150. $150,000 payment for a Trump appearance. You gotta love it, dude. You gotta love it. Ah, cool. Caravan tells CNN they're all going to USA. USA. Troops sent to border will fly drones and gather intel and clear brush. Oh, okay. Let's get some HBO reviewing all contracts to pay actors and actresses the same amount. Wow. So that what's going to happen, and they're going to be like, they're not going to get some of the big name actors unless the actors are more concerned about volume over, it depends on, I guess, the market at the time, what's going on with movies and TV shows elsewhere, you know, or are the other people going to follow behind them and do the same thing? Man stabs boss as he's being fired. Oh man, it's in New York. It's a Fox 5 New York, I believe. Wow, damn, dude. Mm. Let's see what that story's all about. I'm intrigued now, man. Why did he get fired? I guess I don't know. Oh boy. Uh, he don't look like a small dude, man. He looked like he probably could have beat his ass. I don't know what the other dude looks like. After he stabbed his manager after being fired on Friday, Gwinnett County Police called to an on-the-border Mexican grill and cantina in the 2000 block of Pleasant Hill Road in Duluth. This is in Georgia. That's interesting. I just saw another article earlier. It was like a Pittsburgh article, but it was on somebody in Florida. I'm like, come on, man. You just hijacked the damn story. You just hijacked the story from somebody from there. Like, are you trolling like Georgia? Is the new is the North hating on the South? They just like putting out all our dirty shit. They're like, yo, look what's happening in Georgia. This dude stabbed his boss for firing him. He stabbed him in the neck. Oh, oh man, the dude was an employee of the restaurant for 10 years. Oh, severe injuries. Damn, dude. Yeah, man. I don't know, bro. I don't know, dog. Yeah, 10 years, that's a long time, but damn. Gotta believe in yourself that you can, to do better or at least take different actions. I mean, you know how many times I've been fired? Dude, I've been fired. I mean, so I can't work for nobody. I just gotta be fired. No, most of them were kind of like joke fired, but they always hired me back. Kind of like right then, it was like, all right, Donnie, you're fired, and then it'd be like, all right, you're hired again. Go get those balls. You know what I'm saying? That kind of fire. Other fired, I got fired from a waiting and busboy and what do you call it, host position job at a restaurant. I wasn't even supposed to work that day. I wasn't even supposed to work. I got fired kind of on my day off. Yeah, I was filling in for somebody. What else did I? Oh, I got fired from this one mortgage company. I didn't really get fired. I just like left. They told me they were gonna fire me. It was like, hey, dude, numbers. Your numbers ain't. Well, I mean, it was just like, man, some of them shops, they want you to do things sometimes that would mean more money for the company. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you there to make money, right? But at some point, it's like, I don't know. I mean, if you've ever done mortgages, you kind of know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You dealing with numbers, you're dealing with like percentages, you're dealing with like partial percentages. Hey, okay, so um, let's say 25 basis points, right? Say you say 25 basis points. That's like a quarter of a percent. Now, if you're talking about $100,000 loan, I mean, hell, let's say 200,000, 300,000, a quarter of a percent of that, or let's say 125 basis points, right? Okay, now how much money you talking about? So things can get funny, but whatever. Like I said, you just got to know that you can still do what you can do. You gotta, hell, it don't always work out, but man, you don't want to just stab somebody in the neck. I understand, man. You've been there for a minute, and it was something that you could count on. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they were trying to get rid of you for something. Maybe you just got, too much, too good at your job, and you knew too much, and you started to feel like you knew too much, and or knew enough to be able to tell the new management something. I don't know. I don't know the inside baseball. I'm just saying, who knows? Whatever, man. Yeah. Ooh. Said, man, I'm fired. Okay, I'm gonna stab you in the neck. Stormy Daniels, lawyer predicts Cohen will fold like a cheap deck of cards. Yeah, they did raid his house or his office. Paper, news is entertainment. Okay. Romance with West is over. Putin warns USA in violation of everything. Whoa. That sounds like what's his name? Muammar Gaddafi, man. He had like his little green book. But I'm just saying, man, there's a lot of dirt being done all over the place. You know, and I'm not proud of any, of our dirt. It's just, I don't know. It just always seems like there's a mind game at it. It's like there's always some cards being played behind the scenes that we don't know about, and it's hard for me to get too excited about this until I see some damn, you know, bombs, and be like, all right, I guess we better go up the street because we better move, I don't know, man. It's like I know it's bad that we can't be friends and best buds because the media is trying to throw us into a spat with Putin and Russia. It is bad, man. It sucks, man. In Syria, gosh, man, we had a false flag back. What was it, a few years ago, and now we back at another situation that could quite possibly be that. How much are you going to learn in the next 24, 48 hours? You know what I'm saying? Are we really going to throw the world into a whirlwind because of Syria? I mean, they saying that some people saying it didn't happen. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just saying, like, at what point do we just say, all right, man, how much more money are we going to spend on these places? Like, putting people all over the place. I mean, it was like just a few weeks ago. It was like, all right, no, I mean, let's get out of here because Russia did a good job at suppressing some of those uh, terror cells. And then didn't somebody shoot a Russian plane out of the sky? I mean, you think it might be the same people? Didn't one of their Russian pilots get shot out of the sky not too long ago? Yeah, I don't know, man. Sounds like something weird is going on where they don't want Russia to help. I mean, they don't want America and Russia to join, you know, put aside any differences because it makes more money for them to be at odds, unfortunately. Well, at least they think that. Or they think that it will bring both of the countries down, which, kind of like what happened with was it the Rockefellers? But no, it's the Rockefellers. The ones over in Europe, they they funded both sides, and then they bought up everything, and then they owned everything. You know what I'm saying? Like you crash everything, and then you just buy up all of everything, and at a fire sale price, and that way you can own everything and build it and do what you want with it, right? And everybody got to do what you say because you own it, right? Let's say I knew that down there, they were having a hard time. I just go like burn their house down. They don't have nothing. They don't have no money to fix it. And I say, hey, let me just buy this house. Let me buy this property, and I'm gonna build a house on it, and then you just live there. I mean, you can't just do what you want now. It's not yours. So there might be something like that going on. What's going on in Kentucky, man? They getting rid of all the good dogs, German Shepherds. Oh man, some big. I used to have a Doberman, three Dobermans. There's some good dogs, man. I love those dogs. Sissy and King. Yeah. Yeah, I owned a. Yeah, we used to have a dog named Sissy. She was a badass too. King was like a little punk. He was scared of everything. King was scared of everything. Isn't that funny? Yeah, my dog King, he was a Doberman. We got them both at the same time. She was a badass. You didn't want to fuck with Sissy. You didn't want to mess with her, dude. She didn't like anything that didn't like us. Oh man. I'm just thinking about the dogs that I had back in the day, man. It was who was it? We had Ringo, Jack. That was my first dog. Jack was black. Cried all day when he died. I was like 7, 8. Yeah. So yeah, you can't have a Doberman now. You can't have Saint Bernard in Kentucky. Huh. All right, let's see what else is going on. Home values rising $800 a day in San Jose. Wow. That's another thing, man. The appraisers there. I mean, the appraisers. I mean, but also you got to look at the area. If a lot of people are buying and the taxes keep going up, look, if you keep on voting for higher taxes, everybody gonna have to pay higher taxes. That way, the property, is going to be worth more, at least tax wise. And if you can afford it, you're going to put something nice on it, right? So it's continuing. And then you're going to keep on voting for more ways to protect it or we need this. Oh, okay. So you put more money into it, right? So now you're invested, right? How you turn that around? Oh, maybe we don't need all of this trash picked up all the time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we could pick up our own. How about we put a spot over there where we could take our trash and just have it hauled off instead of, having it picked up by, big government, you know. So that's basically the tax game in a nutshell. And not only that, but when you vote for more taxes, you're voting for more time, fines, fees, court costs, because that's more way. That's more ways of them charging you money, more ways of them taking you to court for not following their rules. I mean, that's how I look at taxes. Lower taxes. That's, fines and fees, regulations on, everything. Damn, New York City Park. Armless, legless body found. Wow. Yeah, somebody meant business. Federal debt primed to explode. $1 trillion deficits come roaring back. Yeah, it's a shame. Let's see here. Man hospitalized with thunderclap headaches after eating world. I gotta see this one. That's what I want to see. I want to see. I got some of them in the. Carolina Reaper, yeah. Go Carolina, representing. Hell nah, dude. I think I would never do anything close to that. 34-year-old man. Well, maybe if I was younger, but I'm freaking old now. He ate a Carolina Reaper, the pepper christened as the world's hottest by the Guinness Book of World Records in 2013. Though there have been several unofficial challenges to the title since. Immediately after eating the pepper, he started dry heaving. Then he felt excruciating neck pain that soon radiated through his entire head. For the next several days, he would experience short but incredibly painful bursts of head pain known as thunderclap headaches. The episodes got so bad that he eventually visited the ER. Thankfully, a brain scan didn't reveal any major neurological issues such as bulged blood vessels, aneurysm, or bleeding, but several of his arteries did appear to narrow significantly, a condition called reversible cerebral vasoconstriction syndrome, RCVS. RCVS is known to cause thunderclap headaches and can be brought on by the reaction to drugs, including cocaine and certain antidepressants. No case of RCV, I'm going to just say reversible cerebral vasoconstriction syndrome has never been associated with pepper eating, but the main ingredient that accounts for pepper's spiciness, capsaicin, is known to interact with other blood vessels, either by constricting or dilating them, the doctors noted. And cayenne peppers have been rarely linked to heart attacks or suddenly constricted arteries near the heart. Ooh, didn't know that. I like some spice. Given the development of symptoms immediately after exposure to a known vasoactive substance, it is plausible that our patient had RCVS secondary to the Carolina Reaper. So he got that after he ate it. As its name implies, it typically goes away on its own within days to weeks. Yeah. I hope he wants some money or something, man. You don't be doing stuff like that and they don't have some money on the table. Oh, this is awesome. All right, so check this out. This is funny. Is it gonna load? Is it gonna load? Is it gonna load? Come on. CBS Pittsburgh. Police. Woman claims wind blew cocaine into her purse. Yeah, officer. I was just sitting here minding my own business, driving in my car. And whoosh, a big wind pushed my car over to the side. And lo and behold, I'm surprised you didn't see it. It happened right before you. It happens, officer, right before you pulled me over. I'm surprised you didn't catch it on camera. You must not have been paying attention. See, she doesn't have an attorney yet, but she should. I think she should, and I think she should just go with what she's already said. Just go with that, dude. Don't change your story at all. What is the story? Authorities say a Florida woman is blaming a windy day for the cocaine that police found in her purse. WPLG reported Kenesha Posey was one of two passengers in a car stopped by Fort Pierce police in late. See, you know what? That's my dog right there. She didn't blame her friend. Oh, man. You beautiful soul, you. Oh. You know what I'm saying? See, that just changed my whole opinion of her. I'm sorry, darling. You know what? I hope you get help on, trying. You need to stay up. I don't know about the marijuana. The marijuana might help mellow, out some things. But If you can put that cocaine out of your life, start drinking some water, get on some vegetables and good diet, supplement and whatnot. Maybe roll one up every once in a while, dude. You're gonna be all right. You didn't throw your friend under the bus. It might have been yours, but yeah, people get caught up, unfortunately. Yeah. Well, you know what? Hopefully, it's not a huge setback in her life, but it's kind of interesting that the the article, I mean, the title kind of makes you like, oh man, come on, and then you just like, oh, she had somebody else in the car, and she didn't want to blame them, but she didn't want to blame herself either. So she said, "Yo, the wind blew it in, man. The wind blew it in. That's it. Hashtag the wind blew it in. Go ahead, run with it." Oh man, felony count of cocaine possession. I don't know how much that is. I don't know how much a felony account, or just having it is a felony account, and a misdemeanor count of marijuana possession. She was later released on bond. It wasn't immediately known if she has a lawyer. You know what? She should. You know what? I can't say what she should do because I'm not a lawyer. But you know what? She should go with the 10th Amendment on this one. Go into court and be like, "Look, we all did some cocaine and marijuana at some point, right?" I'm just joking. Hey, I ain't never done cocaine, so I'm just saying it's her. If I was her, I've never done the cocaine, so let's just first get that out there. But anyway, not the, saying anything about people who have. That's your thing. Hey, I can't judge anybody. I can't be anybody's judge on anything where you're not. I don't know. It's a whole nother story. Where was I? Oh, okay. Yeah, she's going, look. Don't you think it was awesome of me that I didn't throw anybody else under the bus? I was just sitting there minding my own business. Dude, come on, man. You're going to throw me in jail for this? Hey, let's change the laws here. You and me together, we can make a difference. Let's say enough is enough. And yes, the wind did blow the cocaine and marijuana. But let's say I did do it, which I didn't. I maintain that the cocaine and the marijuana was blown into my purse. To this day, I don't know how it got there. But I ain't hurt nobody. If I had it, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. And then just leave it at that. And then everybody be like, you know what? She's right. This young lady, she didn't throw her friend. I don't know if a friend was a girlfriend, homeboy. I don't know. But oh my gosh, what's up with these parents making their or having their kids smoke weed at like 3 months? I don't know. How old was the kid? That's a North Carolina story. Wasn't that a North Carolina story? Yeah, it's like around here somewhere. I think some lady, some lady's kid is smoking weed, and she took a video. And I guess somebody took a video and or a picture, and they said from what I haven't seen it. From what I heard, it's like the kid looked like he, he knew what he was doing. But you know what? I've seen those Chinese kids like on those, on YouTube. I don't know if they pulled those down since then, but I remember I remember seeing this like little like Chinese or little Asian Indian or some kid just like drawing on a cigarette like a grown up. You know, it's in parts of those, it's just part of the world where it's just like yeah, and you know he's not robbing anybody. He's like 5 years old, smoking a stogie. But yeah, man, nah, man, that's not cool, dude. That ain't cool, man. Don't do that to your kids, man. You don't know what kind of. It's bad enough we put all of these other chemicals in their body, right? And who knows? I mean, I don't know. Maybe marijuana does some good for a person's body, even if it's a kid. But if they smoking on it like that, it can't be great for their lungs. I'm at that early age when their bodies are growing at the fastest rate. You know, you know what I'm saying? Your air comes in, and like the lungs and the whole heart and blood system. You know what I'm saying? That whole system kind of works on oxygen getting to the blood, and when you're that young, man, it only makes sense that it might slow that process down, right? I mean, I'm just an imaginary thinker. You know what I'm saying? I be thinking imaginarily. Sometimes, who knows? You don't know if you. I'm just saying that it can't be a good idea. We put in enough chemicals that at least let the kids grow up, and if they want to make that decision for themselves later, then hopefully by the time they get older, the laws will be different. Um, that and maybe also treatment for mental disorders, because sometimes I think sometimes people I feel like maybe are sometimes trying to quiet the voices, and sometimes people just need somebody to talk to so that they can let their voice be heard, you know, without being judged so much, you know. I mean, I'm not a psychologist, psychiatrist, or whatever, but seems like that might be the biggest part of therapy is like being able to say what you want to say and not be judged based on what you said, and getting it out there and having a release for your thoughts, you know, and not have somebody be like, "Damn, that motherfucker's crazy. What the fuck?" And like I said, man, I've been in situations as as a you know a I don't know, a DJ or entertainer of sorts, where people tell you stuff, man, and you just be like, "What the fuck? Are you kidding me?" Excuse me. I'm sorry for the. I'm sorry. I said I was gonna say Smurf, right? What the Smurf? What the Smurf is going on in this dude's brain, or just happened? He just told me some crazy, whatever. Or she, or I just heard something. Dude, oh my gosh, man, I've heard roasts, not roasts, but yeah, they were kind of roasts. I've heard roasts by certain sorority members. Just I'm just coming in and setting up my equipment, and these women are talking. They're roasting each other. I guess they're all seniors and whatnot, and they're just talking about all kinds of stuff that men would love to hear, but you just don't hear this stuff come out of women's mouths. Not you saying the language. I'm talking about the content of what they're saying about some of the things they've witnessed each other, you know, doing or going through. And I'm like, are you low? You know, but it's weird, man. That's been my relationship with women for a minute. Not like that, right? But, you know, after you've been around the same women for a while, they kind of candid, and it's that's just so and so, and of course I can't really say, I take a lot of secrets, and I hold on to them because you don't want to, but I mean I guess that's the beauty of it. If you can do that, if you can not say something, it's like when people trust you more to not, because they know what they're getting. You know, it's kind of like that guy who talks smack about other people, right? Down in your heart, it may be it may be interesting. You may want to hear the gossip that they're talking about, but at the same time, in your heart and in your mind, that once they leave you, whatever they know about you, they telling somebody else, right? Well, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy, man. That guy sucks. Fuck that guy. I mean, I'm sorry. Smurf that guy, dude. Oh, man, I did it again. I'm working on it. Yeah. Don't be that guy. So I just switched that article on his head, didn't I? I'm on her side. I hope she makes it through. I hope she's okay. Uh, CDC turns to Google socials to predict syphilis outbreaks. Alzheimer's gene neutralized in brain cells for the first time. Well, how you know? Porn star sues studio for sexual assault. Yeah, I mean it's not hard to believe. It's just like when you see the when you see the what you call the headline, you're like, oh, ha, ha, sexual assault. How do you assault a porn? You know what I'm saying? But it's more than just that. It's more than just sex. They do sex. Research. How they gonna be. You know, they look on set. It's almost like, hey, look, you can smack my ass when we on the camera, but don't be smacking my ass, in the office. You know. I don't know. I don't know how that works. I've never been, in that. I've been close to the arena, but never been in it at all. I know I've kind of looked over at it. Didn't never been in that arena, so I wouldn't know how things work in those situations. Alzheimer's gene neutralized in brain cells for the first time. Okay, let's see. Sure, I'll bite on it. I'll bite it. I'll bite. How'd they do that? How do they know they did that? How do you know it's not going to come back? You said neutralize. Okay. Could diet or something that you're taking in or exposed to, could it, I guess, unneutralize it? Scientists have claimed an important breakthrough in the battle against Alzheimer's. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, all right, whatever. A team in California identified the protein associated with the high risk APOE4 gene and then managed to prevent it damaging human neuron cells. The study could open the door to a potential new drug capable of halting this disease. However, the researchers have urged caution because so far their compound has only been tried on collections of cells in the laboratory. Right. I mean, hello. Having one copy of the APOE4 gene more than doubles a person's likelihood of developing Alzheimer's disease, whereas having two copies increases the risk 12-fold. Previous studies have indicated that roughly 1 in 4 people carry the gene. In human neurons, misshapen APOE4 protein cannot function properly and is broken down into disease-causing fragments in the cells. This results in several of the problems commonly found in Alzheimer's disease, which affects 7.1% of Britons above the age of 65, including the accumulation of protein tau and amyloid peptides. The team at Gladstone's Institute set out to establish whether the presence of the protein was causing the damage or whether a lack of it was to blame. Gladstone's Institute. Using stem cell technology, they created neurons from skin cells donated by Alzheimer's patients with 2 copies of the APOE4 gene. By comparing the cells with those which did not produce an APOE protein, they concluded that it was the mere presence of the APOE4 protein was causing brain damage. They then applied a genetic structure corrector which eliminated the signs of Alzheimer's. Researchers are now working with the pharmaceutical industry to improve the compound so they can be tested on human patients. The experiment is particularly significant because it took place in human cells. Yadong Huang, who led the study, which is published in Nature Medicine, said drug development for Alzheimer's disease has been largely a disappointment for the last 10 years. Many drugs work beautifully in a mouse model, but so far they've all failed in clinical trials. One concern within the field has been how poorly these mouse models really mimic human disease. Yeah. Huang and his colleagues went straight for human brain cells rather than the traditional mouse trial because they realized the presence of the APO4 gene does not change the production of amyloid beta in the mouse brain. You gotta know that there's gonna be some differences between a mouse and a human at some point, you know what I'm saying? Last month, senior British scientists predicted that within the next few decades, Alzheimer's sufferers will be able to live with the disease without the devastating symptoms. I got to go back up in here and read some of this nitty gritty because they said something about, whether it's the protein or the lack of it is to blame. If you put more protein or I don't know. I'm gonna have to check into that. And also, what is gonna be the molecular structure of that drug? I wonder. I want to see it. Matter of fact, I want to see that protein, but I'm not gonna get into that right now. I'm gonna take a break for a minute. I'm trying to find this article. I'm just looking for the article on I'm gonna have to find it in a minute. All right, I'm back. I'm back. All right, where's that article? So I mean, blah, 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 blah. Blase, blase. A 111-year-old veteran smokes 12 daily cigars. Party on. Hey, that's the kind of stuff I'm interested in. I can't find the other one I'm looking for right now, but I'm going to find it. It's not hard. It won't be difficult to find that one. Sorry about the delay there. 111-year-old Texan, the oldest living U.S. veteran, takes his first trip on a private jet. Oh man, that would suck. You know what I'm saying? That's sad to like even say that or think it. I'm an ass. I feel like an asshole sometimes just thinking some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody thought it. You thought it. You thought it as soon as I said I thought it, right? You know what you thought. I ain't even gonna say it now. After more than 111 years of living, the nation's oldest veteran was treated to an unexpected first, a trip on a private jet. On Saturday, Austin's Richard Overton was flown to Washington, D.C. For a tour of the National Museum of African American History and Culture. The trip was made possible by billionaire Austin businessman and philanthropist Robert F. Smith. Last Friday, Smith spent a couple hours visiting Overton, believed to be the oldest man in America, at Overton's home. Overton mentioned that one day he'd like to visit the museum, where Smith donated $20 million. The next morning, Overton was on the jet. He and his friends flew to D.C. and received a private tour of the museum. According to the Washington Post, during the tour, former Secretary of State Colin Powell called the super centenarian to welcome him. Look at him with his stogie, with his cigar. Overton was born in 1906, the same year as the first wireless radio broadcast. The Army veteran fought in World War II. He arrived by ship at Pearl Harbor in his segregated unit as black smoke filled the sky moments after the Japanese bombing. After returning from war, he spent the bulk of his career working at furniture stores, then at the Texas Department of Treasury. Lately, Overton spends many of his days on the front porch of the home he built 70 years ago. His friends called it his stage. It's on Richard Overton Avenue, as the town renamed the street for his 111th birthday. His 112th birthday is coming up on May 11th. Oh, wow. Cool. Porch is where Overton smokes his 12 daily cigars and sometimes enjoys his favorite drink, a whiskey and Coke. Okay, back in October, Overton had a home makeover, which, among other things, included the installment of another first. After more than 111 years, Overton finally had central air conditioning. Cool. He's moving on up in the world. Over the course of his life, he's met many celebrities, athletes, and politicians, including President Barack Obama. Each asked him the same question about his secret to longevity. His answer: God and cigars. Yeah, okay, I got you. Hey, you know what? Yeah, God and cigars. That's a T-shirt. According to the Post, Overton enjoyed his tour of the D.C. Museum. After seeing the World War II exhibit, Overton mentioned to his friends that he didn't see his name up there, which got a laugh. One of these days, Overton said it will be. Ah, there you go. So what's my name, dog? Can't put a brother's name on the wall, dog. Do they have video? Hmm. Proud World War. Proud World War II veteran. All right, let me see if I can find that other article. This was like the big news, in my opinion. It was my big news of the day. Damn. It was up and then it's gone, man. Alright, well, hell, I guess I'm just gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna have to make it the news. Oops, I do something. Yeah, I just did the same thing I did. Oh, here we go. So let's see. Viktor Orban. Boris Johnson. Viktor Orban re-election of Hungary's anti-immigrant leader is major. Yeah, let's read that one. Let's wallow in the tears of the libs for a moment. Congratulations. Okay. Brussels now confronting a country at the heart of the continent that is making an exit from the bloc's liberal values, but continuing to pick up the checks. It's a safe bet that the few in Brussels are celebrating Viktor Orban's resigning when elected to a fourth term. I thought this was his third term. Okay. Hungary's anti-immigrant nationalist leader poses a profound challenge for the European Union. Since returning as prime minister in 2010, Orban and his Fidesz party have chipped away at Hungary's democratic checks and balances, curbed Man, come on. Alright, I gotta find another article. These people are bunked. But 1 day ago, how about that? Viktor Orban, Hungary Prime Minister, re-elected for a third term. Hungary's right-wing Prime Minister oh, here we go. Has claimed a landslide victory in Sunday's general election. Wow, they vote on Sundays. The 54-year-old will serve a third consecutive term in office, with his party Fidesz projected to win a two-thirds majority in parliament. Fidesz won almost half of the vote, with 93% of ballots counted. Hungary's national elected office said Mr. Orban is a strong Eurosceptic who campaigned on an anti-immigration platform. Yeah. In a speech to supporters on Sunday night, Mr. Orban said his victory gave Hungarians the opportunity to defend themselves and to defend Hungary. Leaders of the second and third place parties have resigned in light of the result. Goodbye. Polling stations were meant to close at 1900, but some stayed open hours later due to long queues. That happened in Durham. I wonder if that's I wonder if what's his name is going to be voted in second term. That was kind of a tight, and there's some people saying that there was some voter fraud here in North Cackalack. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Voter turnout reached a near record 69%. Wow. An outcome some believe would favor the prime minister's opponents. With almost all votes counted, the Nationalist Jobbik Party is in second place with 20% of the vote. The Socialists are in third with 12, and the LIMP, I'm sorry, the LMP, Hungary's main Green Party, is in fourth with 7%. Yeah, they should just call themselves LIMP. I wonder if they know what that looks like over here. They probably don't. So what's that? 20 plus what? 12, 32, 39. So 39%. The other people in the race got 39%. So did he get 70, 69, I guess? Jobbik's chairman Gabor Rona stood down on Sunday night telling a news conference Jobbik's goal to win the elections and force a change in government was not achieved. Fidesz won. It won again. Socialist Party President Gyula Molnár, Gyula, that's how you say that, I know a little Hungarian. Molnár, no, not nah, was similarly downcast as he resigned, saying, "We regard ourselves as responsible for what happened, and we have acknowledged the decision of voters." Good, good, good. You've staved off the invaders at least for one more term. Good job. People of Hungary, stay strong. I'm coming. I'll be there in a couple months. I love y'all. Um, Look, man, ain't nobody gonna be all in on one person, but this dude is actually trying to keep the culture of Hungary Hungarian. I mean, look, you guys used to be way bigger than you are now. The Hungarian Empire, Austria, Hungarian. I'm talking about like hell. If you want to go back that damn far, you can go back to Attila the damn Hun. He was wrecking shop all through and up and through there, man. Used to be way bigger. And now you guys are on like the door. You guys are like the door into Hungary, into Europe. I mean, there's other doors, but there's a side door. But you guys are like the front, one of the front doors. And you don't want to wake up one day and you ain't hungry no more. You just like this little. Okay, you Budapest. Now you're Budapest. You're not, or maybe you have a couple little spots. Debrecen. Okay, you're in maybe in Debrecen, Nyíregyháza. You got a few hot spots, but you know, matter of fact, who knows? That's probably where they might try and take over. They want to go to the cities where they can get, but that's the thing. Hungary's not going to have people that they can't take care of. They can't take, they not saying they can't take it. They can take care of themselves, but they can't afford to take care of more people. That's where are you going to get the money from? Is what I'm hearing. Where the money coming from? It was kind of interesting. My mother-in-law came to visit here from Hungary, and we were driving somewhere, and there was a homeless guy with a sign asking for money on the side of the road, and she looked, and she said something to my wife, and my wife was kind of smiled, and then she said something, and then she let me know later. She was like, "Yeah, my mom. She was surprised that America has homeless people." I'm like, "Really? Maybe we should take her to see some more homeless people." I mean, I can show you where a whole bunch of, you know, yeah. I don't know what they're showing people, man. They're showing people that we got everything and no homeless people. not them. I'm saying not Hungarians, but there are people out there who just have no concept that okay, yeah, our bad might be better than some, but our really bad can be really, really bad too. I mean, our really, really bad may not be the complete worst in some cases. In some cases, it might be. I don't know. But we got tough situations over here too. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. This D train. It's a little bit of my bunk. I don't know how long I've been talking, but I might have to chop this up and edit it and whatnot. I hope the sound sounds good, man. I'm gonna have to remember these settings because, yeah, I wonder if it's just the headphones. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. It's D Train. Sign out. Talk to y'all later. Peace. Oh, hold on. Carlos, are you still there, man? What's up? What's up, dude? Yeah, man. I'm sorry, man. I was neglecting my viewer. My viewer, I didn't pay attention. Actually, I'm gonna make Carlos uh, add moderator. Yeah, Carlos John is now a moderator for my channel. That's right, brother. Thank you so much for tuning in, and yeah, we'll link up pretty soon, man. This is, I'm just getting back into the swing of things, kinda. Yeah, yeah. It's good to see you, and yeah. So I'm gonna sign off, but be good, and I'll see y'all soon.